Video game represents a cutting edge of today's entertainment industry, and one hell of a fast evolving one. Graphically, it only takes little more than 3 decades to emerge from something like this to a medium like this. However, graphical prowess is not the sole aspect that makes a video game. What's truly captivating about this medium is the gameplay. Unfortunately, in this area, video game industry are not advancing in the same breathtaking pace as its graphical technology. Over recent years, there's an overall sentiment among gamers that video games are not as engaging and fun as it was in the past. And one major reason for this blame goes to the increasingly corporatization of video game industry. As a result of pursuing graphical technology, the cost of making a AAA video game title nowadays is matching those of a summer blockbuster films. To handle with this level of production cost, many game publishers choose to reform or merge into larger corporations, and its severe consequence can be directly felt by gamers.
The company used to be responsible to its player because that's their main source of income, is the subscription. In the last 10 years, I think it's more trying to be responsible to its business, to its stakeholders. Since Blizzard merged with Activision, their focus has shifted. And as a player, you can actually tell. Instead of, World of Warcraft being its own thing, it now trying to compete with everything else. It trying to compete with Candy Crush. It's trying to compete with, Plants and Zombies. All these mobile games where you can actually just log on and play very quickly. Why have we moved to a business model where we become everyone else? Instead of being Blizzard, the company that everyone respects and everyone look up to, now you're just being one of the many other developers that develop exactly the same thing as everyone else.
So, as a gamer, does we really need that mind-blowing graphical fidelity matching a blockbuster films? Not really. What gamers cares most is whether the game is fun or not. Just take a look at the rise of independent games in recent years. Take Shovel Knight for example. A game features pixel-style graphics had won gamers and critics around the globe with its retro charm. There's many similar examples like this among indie game makers, whom have a striking resemblance to old-school developers, which are consisted of very few people, are gamers themselves, and most important of all, they know exactly what gamers want, rather than what shareholders want. After all, according to veteran game director Koji Igarashi, there's a huge disconnection between what publishers are looking for and what fans want. Video game industry's shifts of focus from creating fun gaming experience for the gamers to milking more money for the sake of their shareholders had expanding further into schemes such as day one downloadable content, which are features that are already in the game at the release but being locked behind the paywall by game publishers. So besides spending $100 on a full-price game, you have to throw in $10 or $20 in extra in order to unlock all the stuff on the disc. Back in old days, you pay for a cartridge of Super Mario, you own everything on that cartridge, but now it's just not enough for bigger game companies such as EA. Please pay attention to the green parts in this chart, which represents EA's revenue that are contributed by selling these extra contents. It had already exceeded the proportion of full game, which are represented by blue parts.
I think one of the biggest shift in terms of the business model of World of Warcraft is when it first started, it used to be purely subscription based. There's more paid services now, and I think that's one way that Blizzard is trying to get subscribers money. And to make that purchase even easier, they even inbuilt it into the game where you can just click on something and just buy it straight away instead of going to their website, which is how it first started. It basically cheapens the whole value of anything that's in game. I mean, used to when you have to get an amount that no one has, it used to mean a lot. Nowadays, everyone will come out with the exotic amount that they paid. How much is this one? $27.50 for? $27.50 for an amount. That's almost 2 months of your subscription.
As we're investigating why gaming nowadays has losing its charm, we can't help but think that the problem lies within the game industry itself. Its blind pursuing of graphical prowess has led to a very high production cost, and to make up for this, corporatization seems like a natural solution, and with it comes all kinds of problems, such as downloadable content and microtransactions. Games should focus on what is really important, which is player enjoyment, and gameplay is what makes video game unique as a medium. Overlooking this important factor, and it can only be a game over for both industry and the medium.